warm welcome to all the stakeholders of industries for having come here and made this Salon Congress a great beginning. Me and Gaurav discussed way back 6 months before about the opportunity and need to build a Salon Congress where all the stakeholders of the industry come together, learn from each other, and take the industry to the next level. Way back in 2000, when we started the natural salon, we don't know anything about the beauty industry. We started this business to engage my wife, Veena, in a meaningful manner. Both the children have started going to the school, and we were having the option of what to do next. The usual option in front of everybody is to be a housewife and call yourself a glorified homemaker. We did not want to do that. The next option in front of us is to get employed. She was a BCom graduate. We couldn't make much money with that. And the third obvious option in front of us is to become an entrepreneur. Becoming an entrepreneur, starting an own business is good, but the most important thing is to find a simple need. We found two simple needs. Irritation is a great source of energy. There are two things which has always irritated us. One is the beauty salon at that point was only affordable. Good quality beauty salon opportunity services were only available at a 5-star end of the segment. And otherwise you have to go to a barber shop or you have to go to a beauty parlor, which is not well trained, which is not hygienic, and so on and so forth. In the beginning, I did not know anything about the industry. I did not know the difference between a pedicure and a manicure. I thought pedicure is for hand and manicure was for feet. That is the knowledge with which I entered the market. So skill is not the answer, neither is the knowledge. I did not have any money when I started the business. I borrowed few funds from my friends and relatives, put them together, and that is how the first natural salon was born way back in 2000 rupees. So if you don't have any money, if you don't have the knowledge of the business, if you don't have skill of the industry, welcome, you are on board. So that's the first thing which is needed for this thing. All it is required to become an entrepreneur is to identify a simple need, find out what irritates you, and then fill it with full energy, and the business will be born from there. The next stage of growth is going to come only when a owner-manager is present on a day-to-day basis. Between me and my wife, Veena, we were able to manage only 6 salons. More than that, we are going to get into trouble because we won't be able to take care of the customers. So we thought we should now get into franchising. In my merry way, I put one big advertisement calling the people for franchising. A lot of inquiries came, a lot of people were wanting to start, but when we told the business opportunity is at 30 lakh plus, they said no, they are not interested. So that is when we hit upon the idea of, I call it one step ahead of franchising, which is called franchising. I termed the term. It is, we also co-invested with the franchise partner. We took care of the initial stages of business, and they took care of the day-to-day management of the business. That is how the business grew from being a 6 salon in 2007 to 130 salon plus at this point of time.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, it's an absolute pleasure to be here amongst you all, more so on account of the fact that this is the best time to be in the kind of business that we are all in. And I'm glad that Franchise India has taken this initiative to be able to bring to the fore a series of topics that interest the industry. And the earlier we debate on these and settle them in terms of the roadmap going forward, the better it will be for us as we grow at the pace at which we are growing currently. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm just going to give you just a brief insight into some of our own experiences as a company, which incidentally has a lot of parallels with naturals. When Vandana Luthra started this business in 1989, it was a territory in which there was no organization whatsoever. There was only, as CK pointed out, the only solutions available were the mom and pop outlets which were focused more on homegrown solutions. And then at the other end of the spectrum were the health club 5-star alternatives. What VLCC did was to identify a need gap which existed, which was in the middle of this whole spectrum, and that was to provide affordable slimming, beauty, and fitness solutions under one roof, which were scientific, had a basis on delivering certain guaranteed results, and also the focus was very extremely high when it came to service delivery levels. If you were to look at us today, 20 years, 22 years down the line, we are a very well-integrated company within the wellness domain. But I think one of the unique characters of our organization has been that we've had ambitions that went beyond just having a large geographic footprint within the Indian context. Today, I'm happy to report that we are operating in 9 countries, including India, of which the foray that we started with was, our international foray was as late as 2006, and 5 years down the line, we're, like I said, operating out of 8 other countries apart from India, across 25 locations, employing over 1,000 skilled employees from 32 nationalities. That's good in a way when it comes to what we have managed to achieve. And that's because we've never really had a benchmark to follow, and therefore we had to necessarily evolve all our systems and processes and procedures by ourselves, by taking on best practices from other industries, be it the hospitality industry, be it the F&B industry, be it manufacturing. We took best practices from all of these, and then we adapted them to our systems and processes. And that is why we are where we are today.
It's a great pleasure for me to inaugurate the Indian Salon Congress 2012. Personality grooming and beauty services is one of the fastest growing component of the service sector of our economy. This is indicative of the availability of surplus income with people, which make them more concerned about the personal grooming and health care. I am sure with the Indian economy growing fast, the sector will have a multiplier effect and spread all over the country. I have been informed that the organized beauty segment is growing at 30% per annum, and salons are riding high on opportunity. Industry estimates peg the salon market at rupees 6,900 crore, which includes both services and value of professional care products retailed through salons. Of this organized and semi-organized beauty services industry account for only about 1,600 to 1,800 crore, and the major stake lies with the unorganized players. In the developing world, the services sector predominantly grow through the franchise mode, where the parent enterprise provide technology, marketing, and brand support for the growth and sustainability of the franchise. It is heartening to note that in India, the personal grooming sector is growing through the franchise mode from the beginning. The well-known brands of salon, parlors, etc. are spreading all over India through the franchise. On the one hand, it provides the budding entrepreneurs adequate knowledge and handholding support from the parent companies. On the other hand, the clients and the customers get assured about the hygiene, safety, and acceptability of the services provided. The Ministry of MSME is providing a variety of support to the micro and small service enterprises through its schemes and programs. Under the MSMED Development Act 2006, services sector has been provided adequate policy support and made eligible for the institutional finance and other benefits. Under the credit guarantee scheme of the Ministry of MSME, entrepreneurs can get collateral-free loan up to an amount of 1 crore. And under the very popular credit-linked capital subsidy scheme of the ministry, upgradation facilities could be subsidized. And 15% of the total cost of upgradation is given as a subsidy from the ministry under this scheme. The potentiality of the beauty services industry is immense. This is one of the few sectors which has a natural demand base both in the organized and unorganized segment. The sector is therefore of specific significance to my ministry. I offer my unstinted support to the cause of the growth of the sector and look forward to a continuous linkage for the sustained growth of the sector. Thank you very much.